Life today feels more complicated than ever. We're surrounded by constant noise, notifications, deadlines, advertisements, endless choices, and the pressure to always do more and be more. It's no wonder so many of us feel overwhelmed, anxious, and restless. But the Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus faced their own chaotic world 2,000 years ago, and they discovered that true peace comes not from controlling the world, but from simplifying the way we think and live. In this lesson, we'll explore 5 powerful Stoic ways to practice thinking differently so you can live a simpler, calmer, and more meaningful life. These habits have lasted for centuries because they work, and if you start practicing them today, you'll feel the weight of life begin to lighten. The first way to practice Stoic thinking is to focus only on what you can control. Epictetus opened his Enchiridion with this truth: some things are up to us, some are not. Most of our stress comes from trying to control the uncontrollable, other people's opinions, external events, outcomes in the future. When you constantly wrestle with what's outside your hands, life feels complicated, frustrating, and unfair. But when you shift your attention to what you can control, your thoughts, your choices, your actions, life simplifies. Think about an argument you can't control, whether someone else is rude or dismissive, but you can control your tone, your patience, and your decision to respond calmly or walk away. This shift doesn't just reduce stress, it frees you from unnecessary battles. The Stoic mind is simple because it knows where its boundaries are. The second way to practice Stoic thinking is to practice gratitude through negative visualization. Seneca advised his students to remind themselves of life's fragility. He robs present ills of their power. Who has perceived their coming beforehand? The Stoics imagined losing what they had, not to be sad but to deepen appreciation. If you picture life without your morning coffee, suddenly that cup becomes a gift. If you imagine not having your loved one beside you, every moment with them feels precious. Modern life tells us to always want more, but Stoicism flips the script. Happiness comes from appreciating less, not from chasing more. Practicing gratitude strips away complexity. It reminds you that the simplest things, a breath of fresh air, a quiet walk, a shared meal, are already enough. The third way to practice Stoic thinking is to reframe obstacles as opportunities. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Most people see obstacles as interruptions to their happiness, but Stoics saw them as fuel for growth. Lost your job, it's an opportunity to rebuild stronger. Got rejected, it's a chance to practice resilience. Struggling with a heavy workload, it's training for discipline and patience. Life feels complicated when you resist its challenges, but life becomes simpler when you accept every challenge as a path to growth. This doesn't mean you enjoy hardship, but you recognize it as part of life's natural flow. And that perspective keeps your mind steady and uncomplicated. The fourth way to practice Stoic thinking is to live by virtue, not by outcomes. The Stoics believed that virtue, wisdom, courage, justice, and self-control was the only true good. Everything else, wealth, reputation, status, was secondary. Today, life feels complicated because we tie our happiness to outcomes. We can't control promotions, likes on social media, recognition from others. But the Stoic asks, did I act with courage? Did I treat others fairly? Did I maintain self-control? If the answer is yes, then you've succeeded regardless of the outcome. Living by virtue simplifies life because it replaces endless chasing with one clear standard: live with integrity. When you follow this path, you don't need to worry about comparison, competition, or external approval. You already have peace because you know you did what was right. The fifth way to practice Stoic thinking is to reflect daily and return to the present moment. Marcus Aurelius wrote his Meditations not for an audience, but as private notes to himself, reminders to stay grounded, to learn from each day, and to focus on the now. Reflection allows you to clear the clutter of your mind. Each night ask yourself, where did I live with wisdom today? Where did I fail? How can I improve tomorrow? This habit prevents life from becoming overwhelming because you process it daily instead of letting it build up. Combined with presence, anchoring yourself in this moment, it strips away unnecessary worrying. The past is gone, the future is uncertain, but right now is simple. Breathe, act with virtue, and live. So, What are the 5 Stoic ways to practice thinking? For a simpler life. 1. Focus only on what you can control. To practice gratitude through negative visualization. 3. Reframe obstacles as opportunities. For life by virtue, not outcomes. And 5. Reflect daily and return to the present. These habits may sound simple, but they carry the weight of 2,000 years of wisdom. The more you practice them, the less complicated life becomes. You'll stop drowning in endless wants, and instead find peace in what you already have. The Stoics remind us simplicity is strength. Happiness isn't about adding more to your life. It's about subtracting what doesn't matter. And when you practice Stoic thinking, you'll discover that the simplest life is often the happiest life. If this lesson brought you value, give it a like. It helps others discover Stoic wisdom. Subscribe for more weekly videos on Stoic philosophy and practical tools for modern life. And share in the comments, which Stoic practice will you start using to simplify your life?